To the Yoga Room's live HIIT class with me, Evie, PTEB. Welcome. Hope you're feeling wonderful on this lovely bank holiday. Although, does it really feel like a bank holiday? Who knows? Hopefully the weather is nice where you are. We're going to be doing quite a long HIIT session today. It's a 20-minute workout with lots of different moves, full body. So we're going to get super sweaty, let's hope. I'm going to take you through the warm-up. We've got a little bit of activation, a little bit of mobility, and then we'll get straight into that workout and we'll have our little Savasana at the end. If you have any injuries, just be careful, look after yourselves. We don't want to. I'll give you some variations that you can work towards as well. Different scaling options if something is slightly too hard. There is the opportunity to add a bit of weight or add a water bottle or some targets, but I'll let you know when we need those. And yeah, let's give it a go. We're going to start by warming up our bodies. So we're going to start on your yoga mat if you can. And we're going to start with some walkouts and the greatest stretch alive, which is the first thing on the screen. And I'm going to show you one first of all. I'm going to do 5 of these in total. I'm sorry if you can't see my head, but tiny flat. We're going to roll down from the top of the head. So I'm going to tuck my head to my chin and allow my body to roll all the way down to the floor until I get a nice big stretch in the back of my legs. I'm going to walk out my hands to find a plank position. I'm going to step my right foot forward in between my hands, drop the back knee, elbow down towards the floor, and then twist up towards the sky, and then change legs. I know it's very early to be asking so many things of you, but you know, we'll get through it. And then you're going to walk back, and we'll walk back up through your spine. Do 4 more of those. Right foot forward, back knee down, elbow. Yeah, 3 more. A nice gentle way just to wake that body up. And really start working those hips and those hamstrings. 2 more. Really try and get a 90-degree angle in this first leg as well. And don't worry about getting all the way to the floor if you can't reach that far. Just whatever is comfortable for you, that you get a nice big hip stretch. And a nice big spine roll. Last one. Oh yeah. 90-degree angle. Even if it gets to here, it's absolutely fine. Just as far as you can. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Lovely. Now we're going to add in some lunges with a reach. So you're going to take a big step forward, let's say your right foot. You're going to make sure you've got a long enough and wide enough stance. We don't want to be walking on a tightrope. You're going to drop that back knee to the floor. So you end up with 2 90-degree angles in both your legs. We want to try and get to the floor and try and rest that knee on the floor because we're going to be reaching up towards the sky, making sure we keep our ribcage locked in, and then twisting towards your knee. And we're going to do that 4 on each leg. Big step, drop the foot. Reaching up, twisting, lovely stuff. Reaching up, twisting. Make sure we're swapping the legs each time. Squeeze the bum, keep that pelvis tucked underneath you so we don't arch through that lower back. Last ones on each side. Reach and twist, this is the last one. Lovely stuff. We're going to go into some yoga push-ups now. Seems relatively apt. So we're going to go from down dog to up dog. So if you know your yoga poses, which I apparently do, then we'll go through those. So you're going to start in a downward dog position, pushing through your fingertips, sending your heels down towards the floor. You can have a little pedal out if you like it. All you're going to do is you're going to swim your nose down towards the mat, squeeze, and then lift up into an up dog. Now if that is too difficult, we can drop our knees. We can go from here, drop the knees, swim through, and push up. And just find some space in both this position and as you push back up in that downward dog position, just to get a little bit of movement in there. So whichever variation, when you do 8 of these, oh, I did too many lunges. Only 6 lunges. Can't count. Perfect. And you go as fast or as slow as you like. Just find some stretches in the end positions and try to keep it nice and controlled. And again, just as a reminder, the knees are the other option, or just scaling option. And now last count. I hope you're all counting to your 8. Let's do 2 more for luck. And hopefully the shoulders will feel nice and warm. Gorgeous. Cool. The last thing we're going to do, good morning. This is waking up our hamstrings. We've got some deadlifts later. So I'm going to do one first and then you can see what they look like. It is a hinge motion from the hips. So from my hip bone, I'm going to send my bum back after adding a little soft bend in my knees. I'm going to send my bum back as far as I can, keeping the top of my body nice and straight. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades and my abs are super tight, that I'm not getting any rounding in my back. Then I'm going to squeeze and stand at the top. Do 10 of those. I'm going to go as far as you can so you feel it in your hamstrings. Make sure you've still got a little soft bend in that knee, so we're not locking our knees out. A little soft bend. Keep the weight in the heels. You can do 10 of these. Nice and chill. Bam bam. Wee. Our whole body's going to be nice and warm. It's a nice gentle warm up, I feel. But hey, the weather's hot, so we'll look after ourselves today. Last couple. Really send that bum back behind you. Good, last one. Nice. We're going to go back to the beginning. We're going to do it twice. So we're going to go back to our walkouts. So rolling your head down this time. You can take these a little bit faster this time. A little bit smoother. A little bit more efficient. Bam. But don't compromise hitting those positions. So make sure we find that plank. Make sure we find that great stretch alive with that front knee out front in a 90-degree angle. And that we're looking after our hips and shoulders. Oh yeah. 3 more. And if you feel dizzy at any point because you're going up and down too quickly, just take your time. It's also very early. The blood's not ready to be pumped around your body. Ooh. 2 more. Good, last one. Lush, and then we're going into our 6 lunges with a reach, not 8. Because I can't count. So taking a big step forward, dropping that back knee down towards the floor, letting it rest. You've got 2 90-degree angles. Reaching up, squeeze that glute, twisting towards the side. Really keep that glute nice and tight as you alternate the leg. Squeeze, reach, twist. Squeeze, twist. Squeeze that glute. Very nice. Last couple. You can make the sound effects as well if you like. Very nice. Back into our yoga push-up, so there's downward dog to up dog movement. Find that downward dog however you like. Tuck those toes, lift the heels up towards the sky. Soften the knees if you need to. Whatever is good for you today is not going to be a test. Swimming all the way through. Up into up dog. I'm sure you yogis do this much better than I can. Oh yeah. Really nice. And finding that. You can have a little pause if you need to, have a little pedal out if that feels nice for you. And just to remind you, you can come onto your knees if that is useful to you. So knees, going through. I'll do my last 4 for my knees. Squeezing those elbows together. Beautiful, last one. Lush. And finally, our good morning. So remembering that hinge action, sending that hip behind you. I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see what I'm looking at. You can even see what's happening with my pelvis. So I'm going to have a little soft bend in my knee and I'm going to send that bum back as far as I can. Keep my abs engaged, my back engaged, my upper back engaged so that my lower back stays nice and flat. This is going to come super important later, both in the activation and in the workout. Beautiful. 10 of these bad boys, and then we should be a little bit warmer. Body just coaxed into working out. Nice, nice. Really try and feel it back in your hamstrings, maybe into your glutes, if you're lucky. Good. Keep that pelvis tucked under. Don't allow the arch of the back. Keep the abs really tight. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Gorgeous. Again, last count. Got excited. Let's do a couple more. You might have counted. If you have, you're a legend. Sweet. Very, very nice. I'm going to take you through a little bit more activation and what's called our posterior chain. So if you have anything like a water bottle handy, it would be really useful. It just gives us a little sense of what's happening with our chest. I realise I'm not actually in the camera. That will be useful. I've got a kettlebell I can do it with. I've got a gin bottle or a water bottle, but water bottle is absolutely fine. So grab whatever you have near you. We're going to start at the top of the movement. I'm going to get a little bit further away so you can see what's happening with my body, although you can't see my head. I'm going to keep the water bottle really close to my chin here, so my elbows are tucked underneath it in this position. What I'm going to do is that hinging motion that we've just done, that good morning. So you're going to have a little soft bend of your knee. You're going to send your bum back as far as you can. I'm going to keep the water bottle touching my chin the whole time. Keep my upper body active. From here, I'm going to send my bum down towards my heels into a squat. Ooh, yeah. Lovely, into a squat. So a nice deep yogi squat. You're going to reach the bottle, whatever is in your hands above your head, as far as you can. And then you're going to reverse that motion. So I'm going to hinge my hips backwards, putting my weight into my heels, keeping a flat back, and then driving all the way up to the top. Cool? So hinge, back, into our squat. Keeping that chest nice and tall as far as you can. Beautiful. Reaching with the head, back down, hinging back up, drive through the heels, stick that bum out, make sure the back is nice and flat, and squeeze up from the top. Very good, very good. We're going to do 3 more of these in your own time. Or you can just follow me. Down, down, down. Have a little moment to sit in a squat. Make sure your knees are out over your little toes. Make sure your abs are engaged. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Flat back. And drive it all the way up. If you need your chest to be a little bit higher than mine, that's absolutely fine. So if it stays flat here, perfect. Stay there. As soon as we start to round through here, we've gone too far. So keep that long, long span from the top of your head to your tailbone. Knees apart so you can fit your body inside in the squat. And reaching above your head. And again, it doesn't matter how far up the arms go. You might not have the mobility to get there today. Absolutely fine. No judgment here. We'll just keep working on it. Yeah. Solid, solid, solid work. Very nice. Ben's got picky shoulders like me. You're lucky. Beautiful, beautiful. Give that a little shake out, put your water bottle down, have a little stretch, grab some of that water that you may have been using to hold, and I'm going to take us through our workout. So, workout today. We have 50 seconds on, 50 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest with each of these 4 movements. The 4 movements are plank jacks, which look like this, in a plank position. You're going to find this lovely long plank position with long arms. I'm spreading my fingers nice and wide as well, so I'm taking off some of the pressure of the wrist. If you do have any wrist issues, just go onto your knuckles. You're going to start with your feet together in this plank position, and then you're going to jump your feet out, outside your mat, bam, and back in. And the idea is to make sure that we get as fast as we can without losing this back position. As soon as we start to get soggy in here, we're losing that core work. So we want to make sure we're pushing down through our heels, and then we jump and keep the weight in the hands, so the abs get a super tight workout. Sweet. Those are our plank jacks. That is our first movement. You're doing for 50 seconds. Sweet. Then we've got squats. So, cheeky little squats. We want to make sure our feet are hip width apart. We want to make sure that our knees are tracking out over our little toes. They don't collapse inwards. This direction, we want to make sure they go out. And we want to send our hips back and down, as if you're sitting on a chair, reaching for something behind you that might be there. So you're going to set your bum back. Doesn't have to be this slow, I'm just going to do a little demo. And ideally you want to get our hips below parallel, which means below our knee crease, and then drive back up. But it depends on where you're at. You can do it to a chair, or just as low as you can today. Dig those toes in, dig those heels in. Keep that chest nice and tall so we don't get stuck looking at our own feet. We want to make sure that we're staying nice and tall. If that's feeling easy today and you have something available to you, you can add a weight to that if you'd like. There's kettlebells. If you're holding a kettlebell, you can hold it up close to your chest. And this just encourages you to keep your chest nice and tall, whatever is useful to you. But again, no worries if not. You can just do normal squats. Sweet. Next move are single leg V-ups, alternating legs. Again, another little solid core workout. Full variation looks like this. Cool. So I'm extending my legs and arms away from each other, and then crunching up with my abs, reaching up to touch with opposite hands to foot, and then controlling it back down again. Bam. Cool? That might be quite difficult, especially if you have tight hamstrings. So what we can do to alleviate tight hamstrings is just bend the knees up. So we can do a very similar movement with my hands above my head, and just crunch up from here, or keep the legs bent completely. You're still aiming to get your shoulders and ribcage almost off the floor, so we still get that crunch sensation, but it just alleviates the hamstrings a little bit. If you get any sort of head and neck pain, we can just do it with hands, but ideally we want to go for either one or two of those versions. Cool, then we have single leg deadlifts. Remember that hinge motion I was talking about earlier that we're doing in the workout? This is where it's super important. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but on one leg. Whoa, I hear you say. So exactly the same hinge motion as we did, as a reminder, is this. The hips going backwards, and I'm feeling that in my hamstring. With this, I'm going to do it on one leg. So the same rules apply. I'm having a little soft bend in that knee. I'm lifting the arch of my foot so that I've not got a flat foot, letting my ankle collapse in. You can see I'm kind of imbalanced doing that. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing by sending my hips back behind me as if I'm trying to sit on a chair. My chest only comes forward as a result of my hips going backwards. So don't think about your chest coming forward. You're not squeezing your shoulder blades together. Bam. You can either have that leg extended out behind you, or you can just keep it really close. Whatever is useful to you for you and your balance today. Things you want to look out for is that we don't have added twist, so we don't get stuck trying to balance and twisting around. You want to keep your hips both facing the floor and the shoulders both facing the floor as well. And we'll do 25 seconds on each leg on each round. Cool? You're feeling fancy and fresh today and you have the ability to add some weight. You can add some weight to it. So have the weight in the opposite hand to the leg that you're working. Same thing. Or if you don't have a weight but you have a water bottle, you can give yourself a little target to go towards. So I'm going to put this out in front of me. Same things apply, little soft bend. Sending the bum back, and I can reach towards that water bottle, come back up. You can get as far as you want down that water bottle, as long as you keep that back position nice and tight. If it helps, you can put a hand on your lower back just so we can monitor what's happening with that pelvic tilt, but it is totally up to you how you do that. So those are our 4 moves: plank jacks, squats, single leg V-ups, and single leg deadlifts. Each of those moves you'll do for 50 seconds, and you get 10 seconds rest, which is quite a lot. So if you're finding that 50 seconds is too much, take it down to 40, take it down to 30, whatever is useful to you. We're going to do it 5 times. It's going to be so heady. If you are ready to go, grab some water. I'm going to have a little 10-second countdown. We're starting with those plank jacks into those squats, and then I'll take you from there. It'll be awesome. Get some tunes. What are we saying? Lush, lush, lush. Let's put some better music on. So, cool. 10 seconds, and we're starting with those plank jacks. Here we go, that's your 10-second timer. Into that plank position. 3, 2, 1, let's go. You can go with the music, without the music. That's it, keep going, keep going. Just breathe in this position. That's it, that's it. Woo. Slippery floors like me. Extra ab work. 30 seconds to go, well done. Well done, 20 seconds, keep breathing. If you need to rest in this plank position. 15 seconds. 10 seconds to go, that's it. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 10 seconds, we're into our squats. It's gonna be great. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice, steady pace for this first round at least. Again, just go where you need to go today. If that's going to be a bit less deep, absolutely fine. Keep the abs tight, chest nice and tall. 30 seconds. Good work, good work. 20 seconds. Last 15, that's it. Keep that squat going. Feel the quad and the butt working. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Single leg V-ups. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Think about crunching from that middle. And remember, you can go to here if you need to. I'll demo these every time and keep alternating between the two variations. Good, we're halfway. Keep that head and neck free. Use those abs. Starts to burn, I know, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Single leg deadlifts. Again, grab your weight if you need it, grab your water bottle if you need it. I'm going to do this round without. Let's go. One leg, 25 seconds. Really send that hip back. Bam. Keep that little soft bend in that knee. If it helps holding onto your chest or holding onto your shoulders, just keep that chest nice and tall. You can do that as well. Good, keep those hips nice and even. 5 seconds left on this leg and we change over. 2, 1, change over. Good. Breathing about that balance. Keep that little soft bend. Really send that bum back so you can feel your hamstrings working. And it doesn't matter how high this back leg goes, it can stay here as long as this hip is going back. 5, 3, 2, 1, rest. Good. Is that round 1 done already? Smashed it. Well done, back into our plank jacks. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. The more you breathe, the easier it is. Keep that butt tight, those abs tight. Keep the weight in the hands so we don't travel too far back. Makes it too difficult. Well done, well done. Halfway. Just keep going, keep breathing. I know it's hard. You can also step in and step out if you needed to. Or hold that plank. 15 seconds, good. 10 seconds. Come on, all the way. 3, no, I can't see. 3, 2, 1, time. Lovely, 10 seconds, back into our squats. This time I'm going to do it holding onto something, my favourite thing. Let's do it. Keep that chest nice and tall. Keep whatever you're holding, if you are holding something under your chin, or if not, arms out in front of you, or just wherever's comfortable. Keep it going. If you're feeling good, pick up that pace. Make sure we squeeze our butts at the top and squeeze our abs. 20 seconds gone. Well done, team, well done. Whee! Nice work. Good, 15 seconds, keep it moving. Feel those glutes on fire. Sit back and down on that imaginary chair. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, rest. Yeah, single leg V-ups. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Nice work, team, nice work. Remember, you can bend your legs if you need to. Make sure the hands are above the head each time. And we're aiming to cross over and crunch that body up and off the floor. Sick. Nice work, team. 20 seconds. Just keep breathing. Remember your variations. Head and neck free. Use the middle. 10 seconds or less than. Nice. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Single leg deadlifts. I'm going to show you the weight this time. Actually, let's do it at the bottom. Garden variations. Let's do it. Reach down, touching the bottom, coming back up. If that's not useful to you, go back to the one I did to start with. Just that single leg. And focus on those hips being super flat and the shoulder blades being super flat as well with those hips. Nice. Beautiful. Change and legs. Nice. Keep that soft bend in that front leg. Really send those hips back behind you. Ooh. 15 seconds. If it helps, I'm going to put my hand on my hips just so I can make sure they're doing the right thing. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. 2 done already, guys. Smashed it. Well done. Back into our plank jacks. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Round 3. These are going to start to burn. Now, remember, plank is your friend. You can always rest in the plank. These are definitely the hardest part of this workout. For me, anyway. Squeeze your bum nice and tight. Abs super tight. Whoa! Don't be over the mat. I'm being lazy. I'm not lifting my feet up. Halfway. Plank is your option. Or a way to smooth out your mat. Nice. If your knees or ankles start to hurt, definitely take this to a plank. 10 seconds. Nice. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Sweat dripping on my arm now. Yeah, it's good. Into our squats. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Knees out over the little toe. Send that bum back and down. Just keep moving through. Well done, well done. Squeeze the shoulder blades, keep the chest nice and tall. Awesome. Halfway, team, halfway. Can we pick up that pace? Well done, well done. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, single leg V-ups. Doing really well, team. 3 seconds. 2, 1, let's do it. Hands up if you're sweaty. Me. Awesome work, team. Awesome work. Remember, you've got your half version or hamstring friendly version. Really crunch up through those abs. Don't sacrifice that crunch. Get those shoulders and rib cage off the floor. 20 seconds. Nice. 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Single leg deadlifts. This one we're going to do with a little bit of weight. Feel free to do exactly what you did last time. I'm going to show you a different variation. Nice work, team. 10 seconds on this side. Beautiful, change legs. Keep breathing, keep that back super flat. Means your abs are tight, your hips are going back in a beautiful angle. 10 seconds. Whee. Well done, well done. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. We're going to start round 4, guys. Only 2 more rounds to go, we're well over halfway. Plank jacks. 2, 1, let's go. Ooh, these are starting to burn, baby. Remember, plank is your friend. Stay nice and tall in that plank position if you need it. If not, keep breathing. I'd forgotten for a moment. Squeeze those butts, squeeze those abs. No soggy hips in the bottom. We're halfway. Keep the weight over the fingertips. And you'll be happy as Larry. When I say happy as Larry, I mean sweaty as me. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Good. Well done. All the way. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh God. Horrible. Yeah, I think it's very sweaty now. Okay, squats. 2, 1, let's go. You can use something if you want to. Bottle of whatever your favourite tipple is, or water. If you're hard, you homie. Doing well. Well done. Or nothing. Solid work. Team. If you're feeling good, pick up the pace. And just think, hooray, no burpees in this workout. Isn't that nice? 20 seconds. That's it, that's it. Squeeze those abs and butt at the top. Well done, well done. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Single leg, big ups. Doing well, team, doing well. Round and a half to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Woo. Well done. That's it, team. Solid work. We are at that halfway point now. Remember, you can have your legs up and clench like this. Legs are always an option for you. Last 15 seconds. Let's attack it now. Let's go. 10 seconds. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Beautiful. Single leg deadlifts. Wherever you need water or not. 2, 1, let's go. Woo! Can't balance now. Just have a check in with yourself that we're doing all the right things. The weight is in the heel, turning your bum and leg back, keeping the hips equal. So many things to think about on a Saturday morning. Beautiful. 5 more seconds on this leg. Gorgeous. Change legs. Little soft bend in that knee. Really keep those hips nice and equal. Abs squeezed. Breathe if you can. That's it. Shoulder blades nice and tight behind you. If you're putting them in your back pockets. 10 seconds. Wow, you can't balance today. 5, 3, 2, 1. Yes, team, we've got 1 more round to go. 1 more round of these horrible crank jacks. And then we'll be doing some Savasana. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Breathing is key. Top tip from PTVB. That's it, push away from the floor so your shoulders are nice and active. Only got 30 seconds to go, team, well done. And then no more plank jacks for ages. Well done, well done. 20 seconds, well over halfway now. Feel that sweat dripping down your face or your arms. Come on. Just keep moving, last 10. You got this, come on. 5, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Squats. In 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Well done, team, well done. Just keep moving through this 50 seconds now. Gorgeous. Keep it going, chest tall. Knees out over your little toe. Don't let them collapse in. Nice. Over halfway now. Come on. Breathe in. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. That's it, keep moving. Well done. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, it's so windy today. Single leg V-ups. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, my Siri started to talk to me. You keep going. Keep going, keep going. Technological errors. Fun. However you want to view it. Remembering that your other option is in here. This by no means makes it easier. In fact, it makes it a bit harder. It's just a bit easier on the hamstrings. Yes, I told you that in round 5 for a reason. 20 seconds, come on. Last bit. Well done. You can do it. Can you pick up that pace anymore? 10 seconds. All the way to the end, team. Well done. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Single leg feathers for the last time. Then we're going to stretch out and cool down. Things on bottom this time. As a guide. Let's go, let's go. A little soft bend. Thumb goes back. Keep that balance. Going at the top of your head, being nice and tall, all the way down to your tailbone. You have this long line. 10 seconds on this leg. And switch over. Gorgeous. 3, 2, 1. Change over. Focus on your breathing. Abs tight. Hips going back. Soft bend in this knee. Don't extend that knee fully. Good. Final 10 seconds of work to make it decent. And by that I mean decent. 5 seconds. Well done, well done. 3, 2, 1, and time. Yeah, buddy. Well done. Completed. Sweet. So we've got about 5 or 6 minutes now to have a little cool down. Grab some water, grab some breathing. You can see that I'm well sweaty as well. But it was just enough of strength and cardio built in together. Take this 40 seconds and then we will cool down together, open up those hip flexors, look after that lower back maybe, and get into our glutes. It'll be fun. All right, 30 seconds. Sick. Sweet. If you're feeling ready, you're feeling rested, we're actually going to come down into a pigeon. So you can do this either way, from seated, either from like a 90-90 position, or from a downward dog. You should bring your, say, a left leg forward. You're going to try and get it as high as you can between your arms. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. If I do this, you might be able to see what I'm doing on the mat. Oh, hey! Okay, so left foot forward. I'm trying to get it as high as I can between both my wrists. That totally depends on your mobility of your hips. So if this foot wants to come a bit closer to you to ease off that rotation, definitely do that. If it's feeling good, you're trying to get it as flat as possibly can. And then you can either come down to the mat here if you've got a nice flat back, or absolutely stay up here. This is really chill. I don't mind which, whatever is best for you. Just trying to swap your mat out. I'm just going to sit here for a little hot second. And then a little time on. And just breathe. Make sure your hips are still even, and we're not sinking into this hip that one down to the floor. Keep them nice and relaxed. And if this is still feeling comfortable for you here, you can also reach ahead of you and get your chest down onto the floor. But that is also just an option. Don't worry about it too much. And just Tune into your breath now as we start to cool down. And think about your body's just releasing and opening. You might have sweat dripping in your eyes. That's all good. Lush. Change legs, either via downward dog or however is comfortable for you. And again, trying to bring that foot up as high as you possibly can today, whatever that means for you in your practice. And that whether you want to stay up here, come down to the floor, either way, whatever is nice for you. Again, just think about that glute melting, so we can just tune into our breath. If you want to close your eyes, you can absolutely close your eyes. Think about filling that belly with breath. Good, 10 more seconds here. Good, 3, 2, 1. Lovely stuff. We're going to come onto our backs now. You're going to lie in a semi-supine position. You can either have your hands underneath your hips if you want to, or you can just stay here, keeping your head relaxed. Think about the nice space between the back of your neck and your shoulders. You're going to keep your feet quite close to your bum. And what we're going to do is really gently uncurl the spine from the floor as like a little glute bridge. So think about tucking your tail underneath you first of all, pushing your lower back into the floor, driving through your heels, pushing your knees away from your head, and just come back really slowly into a little back bend. Just really gentle here. We just want to open up these hip flexors. Just really gently in here. Yeah, and just let it all relax. Again, think about that tucking the tail under and the tailbones. I think it leads you all the way up to the sky. As high as you can today, doesn't matter how high that is, just as long as you get a bit of a stretch in the hip flexors. You can do one more here. Really think about each vertebrae as it travels up. And breathe. Gorgeous. Last little one. Knees up, arms out in a T shape either side of your shoulders. You send both knees to one side as far as they can go, with keeping both shoulder blades on the floor. We don't ever want to take our shoulder blades off the floor. Just get a nice big twist in here. You might get a back flick if you're lucky. 10 points to Gryffindor. Sick. Nice. Couple more in your own time. Just take it nice and slow so you just roll through that pelvis. Gorgeous. We're going to do a little Savasana now, so if you want to stay lying down, you absolutely can. It's only move a couple of minutes, but we don't want to get you too cool too quickly. So you can either stay seated and close your eyes, or you can lie down in semi-supine, or in full supine, I don't mind. I just want you to start to tune into your breath now for me, and just think about where it's travelling in. Think about all the places that the air hits as you breathe in. Does it hit your nose, your soft palate at the back of your mouth? Can you feel it travelling down your esophagus? Can you notice your lungs expanding? Can you feel the intercostal muscles between your rib cage just widening? I heard in German that your rib cage is actually called a rib basket, and I feel like that is a much better definition for that expansion and contraction. Can you release your shoulders in this position as you breathe in? Can you breathe all the way down into your belly? If it's useful, place a hand just below your belly button, just above your pubic bone. Just breathe into that section. Each time you breathe in, think about the breath loosening all those tight muscles you have, maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your mid-back, maybe in your butt, maybe in your hamstrings, maybe in the calves, the sole of the foot. Just every time you inhale, think about sending the breath there, and feeling them expand with your breath. Now focusing on that exhale, focus what it feels like for those ribs to close in and those lungs to collapse a little. The belly to travel in towards the spine and sending that breath out. Can you imagine that all the tension you found on the in-breath in any of your muscles, you send out with your exhale? We don't need that tension. Good. I want to focus in now on what you can hear around you, whether it's your housemates, your family, whether it's the birds outside, whether it's the wind. Just tune in to a little sound that you might notice. No judgment about it. Just what you can hear. Keep these long and deep breaths going. And very gently open your eyes. And just take a look about you. And just take in all the little bits and try and notice something about the place you're in that you haven't noticed today. Just opening our sense of awareness and sense of presence in our room. It might look different today for some reason. Who knows? The wind maybe got to it at night. Beautiful stuff, team. Well done. You smashed it. If you do have any questions, please do find me on Instagram or the yoga room on Instagram. And hopefully we can see you all very soon. Have a lovely bank holiday. And yeah, lovely to see you all. See you very soon. Bye.